What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? This is episode 70 of Resident Bummer, or at least it will be whenever it is uploaded. Obviously, the Fulcrum is back, and he is currently deep off of his typical recording time. Right now it's Thursday, about half an hour after midnight. Gonna go ahead and edit this right after I'm done recording, and then just set it for upload, because in like 9 hours, I'm taking off, driving out to go and hang out at the lake house with a random ambiguous lake house. Do not try and figure out where it is located. I'm going to be hanging out with Charles, Jack, Chud, and Kelvin. They better not rape me while I am in proximity to them and sleeping under the same roof. Anyways, episode 70 is actually the 71st episode I've ever released. Isn't that just so fucking interesting and absolutely wild? Crazy stuff, man. Mental health check. I don't know, 4 out of 10. I don't know. You know, shit sucks kind of a lot, but we're still here. Physical health check, like an 8 or a 9 still. Motivation check, probably the same, like an 8 or a 9. I guess I might as well give a countdown in case Penny wants to say it along with me. 3, 2, 1. I am worthy of consideration. There you go. She, we were on the voice call one of the days, and we were just saying it out loud to each other. It was pretty funny. Anyways, it's time to go ahead and read my journal. On Friday, May 22nd, the first entry is Friday. Oh wait, what? I just fucking said that, idiot. Set 70, day 1, 12 p.m. This is the first entry for set 70, and 7 is my lucky number. I should go back and listen to episode 7, although that's probably going to be rough. I'm probably going to just sound even more retarded than I sound right now, which is, well, nobody needs that. The next 10 weeks better be lucky as fuck. Oh yeah, set 70 through set 79. I guess I'm just gonna have a 10 weeks of pure luck. Yeah, right. I do finish recording episode 69. I edit and set it for upload, and then I chill doing absolutely nothing until I change for work. 3:55 p.m. I dress and drive into work, say hi to Rich and Ben, and I completely ignore Anna. 8:55 p.m. Work sucked, pretty much. Anna did not bother me. I drive home after I clock off and start streaming Tunic in Server 0. It's a game that Penny recommended I play. Penny also shoots me a message and says that she's going to hop on in a little bit. Absolutely poggers. We load up Baldurs Gate 3, and we get scared for a little bit that we lost our save file. Thankfully, we ended up saving our run and got loaded back in just fine. We continue exploring the Githyanki crèche at the end of Act 1 for a little while. We do kill the eagles up at the very top of the map. Then we end up hopping off. I read a chapter of the Cole Protocol. It was this easily the shortest chapter I've read yet. It wasn't even a full 2 pages. It was about 1 3/4 pages, or 1 3/4 pages. Do you pluralize the quarter? I don't know. These questions are far above my pay grade. Yeah, it's not even a full 2 pages long. It's almost there, but it doesn't quite make the mark. Also, what I feel like something is making noise that is being annoying. I'm gonna try and stop that from impacting the audio. Anyways, I play a little bit more Baldurs Gate 3 because Penny hops back on. She said that a friend messaged her while we were playing, and she was like, "Oh, I'm busy right now, but in a little bit I can hop off of the game and talk with you." And the friend was like, "Yeah, that works." And then Penny hopped off. The friend never responded, and so Penny just hopped back in and was like, "Do you want to keep playing Baldurs?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, why not?" I'm not gonna lie, we're starting to get into like the really good bits of Baldurs where you can start getting the good gear and you actually can start leveling your character properly. Oh, also Penny, by the way, if I forget to tell you the next time we play Baldur's Gate 3, bro, when you level up your bard, you gotta slot Longstrider in there. That spell is so busted. Longstrider is goated. I think it's a cantrip. Maybe. I could be wrong. But yeah, don't let me forget to mention Longstrider the next time we play. We play a little bit further into the crèche. We kill basically all of the Githyanki in there. I think there's only the main villain guy at the end of the crèche that we have to kill. We are almost to level 7. We need that. I even journaled it. We need that Longstrider when she levels up. I stay in voice channel after she takes off while playing Tunic. Madelaine joins a little bit later, if you remember Madelaine. I was watching some, I think I already, in the last episode I mentioned that we watched The Boy and the Heron, one of the Studio Ghibli movies, one of their more recent movies. I talk with Madelaine for a little bit. She mentions that she had an OnlyFans, or I guess it's still available to view, but she is unable to access the account for various reasons. Then Chud joins a little bit later after me and Madelaine grab some alcoholic beverages. I get the perfect level of drunk, which is cool. Yeah, it was definitely a lie when I told Penny that I got drunk like every other month. Now it's happening like every other day, which is, I don't know, not quite that frequent. I think it's been a few days since I've taken a sip. But, anyways, talking with Chud and Madelaine, Jack and Kelvin eventually join. Kelvin is sharing a roof with Jack for the night, and they're both on the same Discord account. They're both using the same microphone. Then one of Madelaine's friends, we will be calling them Miss Kenna, a new character that appears. She does not talk at all. She's 100% mute all of the time, which I really don't mind. I'm not going to judge. I'm definitely a person who enjoys silence a lot of the time, I guess. Typically only really with people that I'm not super familiar with. Like Penny, I don't really need to be quite so quiet around her anymore. It's weird, I've known Jack for like 13 years now, but there was definitely like an era where I was, I don't know if afraid is the right word to use, but I was certainly apprehensive about like speaking to him directly, I suppose, just because I'm a fucking freak, you know this. Anyways, let's see, wait, what? Why did I journal this? I said I'm not going to judge Miss Kenna for not talking. And immediately after that, I journaled, I guess it's because I fucked the cougar? Oh, I get it now. Okay, this is like a separate journal entry. Yeah. Pause after that last entry, and now this is an entirely new entry in the journal. I guess it's because I fucked the cougar, but I just want to start asking everyone, what is the oldest person that they would engage in sexual relations with? But I don't know. It's definitely hard to take on the mantle of being that weirdo who asks all of the sex questions. Jack and Kelvin go to bed, and then Chud does, so I decide to as well. Moving on to Saturday, May 23rd, Set 70 Day 2. This is, let's see, first entry is 11:20 a.m. I wake up at 6 a.m., sleep for another 3 hours, and then I get up, ask Penny if she wants to join Server Zero for watching the movie Ponyo, or is it Ponyo? Ponyo, maybe, I don't know. And then I decide to read another chapter of the Cole Protocol, chapter 26, it looks like, in the morning. It's time to stream and read another chapter of I Am Legend, I guess. Chapter 5 was epic. 1:55 p.m. The first time that he almost actually died was in chapter 5 of I Am Legend, I should say. It's kind of getting risky, bringing up two different books. It's like, wait, which book is he talking about? In the Halo book, in the Cole Protocol, I'm in I think I'm to chapter 30 now, or 31, so definitely very different chapter counts. I just mentioned chapter 5 of I Am Legend, so it should be pretty easy to piece it all together, I guess. I also hate what I'm talking about right now, so I'm going to move on to the next journal entry. The main character in I Am Legend, his worst enemy, it's not even the vampires, bro, it's his mind. Holy crap, it's so relatable. Whoa, I think he's a pretty good character. Specifically, the scenes where his annoyance boils over into a rage, or whenever he's feeling extreme isolation, or when he's releasing his anger in just a fit of fury. I don't like what else can I say? Fit of fury sounds like, I don't know why, but it sounds like something somebody would type on Reddit. So I kind of want to think of something else to say there, but I also kind of just want to move on to the next journal entry. So I think I know which one I'm going to do. I finish reading chapter 5 of I Am Legend, and then I stream Baldurs Gate 1 for a little bit until I make a beer run for a party that's going to be happening at my house with some of my aunts and uncles and in-laws showing up to drink and have fun. Moving on, 5:45 p.m., Miss Kenna joins to watch me play when I get back. Stream a lot of Baldur's Gate 1 throughout the day. I clear a lot of the Nashkel mines. If you ever played Baldur's Gate 1, you know about Nashkel and the problem in the mines. A lot of kobolds and ghouls to kill down there until I notice that my family has arrived. I tell Miss Kenna that I'm going to piss and grab a drink, which is a lie. I go downstairs and talk with the family for a little bit, and then I head back upstairs, play some more Baldur's Gate 1, play some more, excuse me, I'm fucking retarded, I can't talk right now. I play through some more of the mines until I invited, let's give that one another try, until I am invited to play a card game called Hitster with the family. It's pretty fun. I also ask Jack if I should bring it. He says yes, I should bring it with me on the trip. Anyways, I sneak up back to my room after Hitster. 6:35 p.m. I start streaming Persona 4, and I read Chapter 6 and 7 of I Am Legend. Robert clears his head and starts thinking on why garlic/crosses/sunlight /wooden stakes injure the vampires. He's trying to get scientific about it. Why? What do all these things have in common? Moving on, 2:20 a.m. There's a flashback sequence where he's thinking about his dead wife and his dead daughter. That's unfortunate. Food is ready to eat, so I head back downstairs, eat, and get drunk as hell. Head back upstairs and play with Desmond and Michael, but a few minutes into loading into the Minecraft world, I just fall asleep sitting in my chair because I'm so drunk and tired. I wake up an hour or two later and load up Halo Infinite to play a few matches with them before they get offline. Michael hops up and Desmond plays Kingdom 2 Crowns with me until he goes to bed. Then I chill out for a little bit streaming in G-Zone until I go to bed. Moving on, this is Sunday, May 24th, set 70, day 3, 10:40 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and I try to fully wake up. 11 a.m. I dress and drive into work, sit in my car waiting for the time to pass. 2:40 p.m. work is pretty boring. I have a short shift, so that's nice. Eventually I clock out and take off for the mall. I can only stay for a little bit. Have some movies to watch in Server 0. Start off with Beck's next album. I'm hoping I can get some good songs, but I don't know. They're kind of hit or miss up until this point. Also, I got my free hugs sign out. I can never forget that now that I know it will end up working sometimes. 2:55 p.m. Beck has a few good songs that I add. I need them to pick up the pace, though. The second album I listened to also has a few. There's only like 1 or 2 songs from the first album, so not a lot overall. 4:35 p.m. I take off after I finish the album Mutations. The first album was Odelay, which is not the first album Beck released, but it's the first album that I went through when I went to the mall this day, yada yada yada. I get home afterwards and read a little bit of I Am Legend, then I start the stream up to watch Ponyo. We wait for people to drift in to the stream. Eventually it's me, Madelaine, Miss Kenna, and a few other newbies. I named one of them, I think. The person that I named, I'm going to be naming them Millie. They're good friends with Jack and Chud. I believe Millie does a movie night with Jack and Chud every other month or so, kind of randomly. I can't think of a name for anyone else right now, so I'll do it later if I end up remembering. Watching the movie, excuse me, just lost my place there. While watching Ponyo, I end up crying when Sosuke's, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Sosuke? But his mom grabs him. She's like laying on the bed, and she's kind of sad. He walks up and he's like, I think he says, "Don't worry, Mom, I won't cry." And she looks up and she grabs him and starts wrestling with him to cheer him up, and I guess herself up. It was a good movie. The animation is always great with Studio Ghibli, of course. Moving on, 5:55 p.m. Jack joins and says something that makes my heart freaking smile, man. I might be paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, "I haven't seen this many people in voice channel, in Server Zero's voice channel in a while." I did cry one more time during the movie, when Sosuke, it's like right at the end of the movie, he's like, "I'll always love Ponyo, whether she's a fish, a person, or something in between." It's pretty lovely. Jack and a few people end up leaving. This next entry is at 8 p.m. Another person is invited to the server and joins the voice channel. I'm not sure if they should be named yet, but we have to wait for John to show up. It's been a while since we talked, so we push the start time of the next movie and hope that he shows up sooner rather than later. 11:20 p.m. we watch the movie, and it's pretty good. It's an alien movie, so it has some pretty darn cliche moments, but you know, you get what you come for the with the alien movies. Madelaine and her new friend hop out of the voice channel, and eventually it's just me with John. I suggest that we watch a show after I finish eating some hot dogs. He says okay, and then quickly says that he is getting tired, which, no worries. I called it too. I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, there's no way this dude's staying up. He needs to get to bed. But I read chapter 27. Good Lord, of the Cole Protocol, and maybe another chapter of I Am Legend. Apparently I could not remember while journaling. ? I go to bed for the final entry. Moving on to set 70, day 4. The day here is, oops, I just closed it. Okay, Monday, May 25th, Set 70 day 4, 1:30 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and dress when it's time. I drive into work, say hi to Rich and Tina. I ignore Anna and clock in. About an hour into my shift, I cry, which is super cool. I want to go home, is what I journaled. 3:10 p.m. I end up crying again at work. That's great. This time I'm just crouching. Oh my god. This is like... Oh my god. This is like pity farming. I hate this. I don't want to read this, but I journaled it, so I guess I will. I'm crouching in the kitchen. I put my hands over my face, and I say... Oh my god. I say, please help me a few times. Just to nobody. I think I also a couple of times said, I don't know what to do. Not really sure what else to say on that front, so I'm just going to read the next entry. 5 p.m. I cry about 3 or 4 separate times throughout the day. Tina doesn't see any of it, which is nice. I do think that some customers see as they're walking past the kitchen hallway, which is like, oh well. God, these journal entries suck. I'd really like to leave now, but unfortunately I cannot. 8 p.m. I drive home. Madelaine is too tired to watch the movie, so I watch Twin Peaks with Jack. This is the season premiere of season 2. Some ghost shit is happening now, so I guess that's kind of cool. It's mainly a boring show still. It better ramp up in the rest of season 2, or it's probably going to go down as a 6 out of 10 show, or maybe even below that. I don't know. 11:45 p.m. We finished the premiere. It's okay. I would have preferred more happen throughout the episode. But anyways, we watched some Twin Peaks. We watched some YouTube poops of Twin Peaks, and some of them are actually pretty darn funny. We chill out after talking for a while. Chud, and if you remember, this is a newer addition to the roster of people that appear here, but Chud and this newbie, Red Spicy. I don't know, I kind of fucking hate the name, I'm not gonna lie. But it makes sense if you know his actual name, or I guess his screen name. I don't know. Talk for a little bit longer. Everybody eventually hops out of the voice channel, and I read another chapter of the Cole Protocol. It's pretty good. It's finally getting back to the Spartans and the rogue AI that was set up earlier in the book. Now, I don't know what to do. I will read a chapter of I Am Legend, because why not? Question mark for the final entry of the day. I did not read any I Am Legend. Maybe tomorrow. Bedtime follows. Moving on to set 70 day 5. This is Tuesday, May 26th. 10:45 a.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and I brush extra good. I get ready for my dentist appointment later in the day. I hop into the G-Zone server, and a minute later, Julie joins. She asks me to download the game known as Repo and also Pal World. We add each other as friends on Steam, and then I say I gotta get ready for my dentist appointment. That's kind of a white lie. I actually just wanted to read another chapter of the Cole Protocol and then start getting ready for the dentist. 11:40 a.m. Before brushing again, just to be sure, before leaving, I brush again just to be sure, and then I take off for the dentist appointment. 5:20 p.m. I get home. Julie asks to play to play Repo. I join the call, and she leaves right afterwards. She has a play date with a friend that had come over to her house. So I swap over to the Cool Tank and stream some Baldurs Gate 1 and wait for Madelaine to let me know that she is ready for the movie. Should be a good watch. Moving on, 8:45 p.m. It's a pretty cute movie. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. Jack also joins a little bit later. They both hop out, and I chill in the voice channel as I make some hot dogs to eat. 9:30 p.m. I take my Discord profile picture transparent, and Chud compliments me. Thanks, homie. I wonder how many people have played Charlie Murder. It's a great game. It's funny how I journaled this, and then like the next day, Penny asks me, "Hey, where's where's your profile picture from? I don't think I've ever asked. So I straight up got to name drop Charlie Murder straight into Penny's DMs. That's crazy. Anyways, I also do the same thing with the Olo in the Sunny Valley. It's a point-and-click adventure game from my childhood, known as, I'll say it once more, Olo in the Sunny Valley. I think it's in the Sunny Valley. Anyways, it's just like a little blue ball. It's like the simplest character design ever, but something about it, my heart melts seeing it again and again. I was about to read another chapter of I Am Legend, but Jack and Chud hopped into voice channel with me before I could accomplish that. Question mark for this entry. I talk for a while and Jack heads to bed. I watch Chud stream some Super Mario 64. It's a pretty darn good game. It's difficult to master. Okay, I'm going to try that sentence again. It's such a good game. It is difficult to master, but it's pretty easy to pick up and play as a beginner. If you have like a decent understanding of video games and how to control them. Anyways, I go to bed after telling Chud that I'm about to pass out in my chair again, like the other night, even though I didn't even drink on Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday, though, May 27th, set 70, day 6, 11:55 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and stream Baldurs Gate 1 in the BBC server. Jerry and Julian join to play Smite. Hop out maybe like 30 minutes later and go over to server 0 and start streaming in there. 12:55 p.m. I read chapter 30 of the Cold Protocol. Then I received some bad news. Apparently all of the Wii remotes and Wii accessories that were located at my grandmother's house had been snatched by my cousin a week prior to, I guess, me recording this, or maybe a couple of weeks ago. I don't know. 9:40 p.m. I go into work. It mostly sucks. I work with Rich, Tina, and a closer. I don't know if I've given him a name yet, but he's been working there for a couple months. I asked, this is weird. I asked Tina if she wanted to watch a movie with me next week at the mall, and she said, yeah, so that's cool. So I guess I'm going to watch a movie with Tina out at the mall next week. Somebody randomly shuts our water off in our store without telling us, which was weird. We fix that, and I get everything cooked up, clock off, and head home. Start packing stuff into my car for the trip, and I try to remember any other additional items I might need. 10:30 p.m. I realize I will have to either record tonight or wake up super duper early and record in the morning. I think I will record tonight before I go to bed, and then edit everything before bedtime. Anyways, my parents buy Arby's and bring it home for me to eat. It's a yummy French dip sandwich. You can never go wrong with an Arby's French dip sandwich. So fucking tasty. Anyways, 10:55 p.m. It feels like another night where I have nothing to do, or nothing to occupy my time with. Really a uniquely terrible feeling. Seriously though, I am really fucking bored. I hope I can find something to run the time down tonight. 11:50 p.m. I decide to reread the last 2 chapters of the Fall of Reach, which is, funnily enough, Halo. Although the video game, the first ever Halo game to release was Halo Combat Evolved. I believe that came out in, I think that was November of 2001. It was certainly 2001. I believe it was November, because a month prior to that, the first Halo novel was actually published. So it was weird. You could buy the first Halo book before you could buy the first Halo game. But anyways, the game was in development for, I'm assuming, much, much longer than the book. Yeah, so there's the book, which is like a prequel to the game. It kind of tells you everything that happens right up before the game starts. Then the game drops you in, and I don't know, over the years I've certainly grown such a deep respect for Halo Combat Evolved. It is certainly a great piece of history. But anyways, I also read the first two, I'm fucking slipping over my spit. The first two chapters of The Flood, which is a Halo book that is just written entirely about the events of Halo Combat Evolved. So it's easily my favorite book ever. But man, there's an argument to be made that it might be my favorite piece of media that I've ever consumed. I don't know. We'll get into that later. But anyways, I totally forgot to journal this throughout the day while I was working, but I fucking burned the shit out of my left index fingy. Fingy is what I journaled. I did not journal the word finger. I journaled the word fingy. And then the final entry for this day is, "It hurted bad. I need a smoochie on my boo-boo." Okay. Yeah, other than that, that's the final day of entries for this week. We only had 6 days. I know. You're pissed. You're like, what? I show up, I listen to these fucking episodes for a fucking 7-day journal week, and you're telling me there's only 6 days journaled in this episode? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm telling you to fucking shove it in your mouth and like it, you stupid little bitch. I don't know, it's weird. There's only one person who consistently listens to these, so anytime I do a little bit like that, I feel like I'm just speaking directly to her, which is not what's happening. I'm speaking to the royal you, anybody else that might click on the general mass of people who may or may not watch this video, right? You get me. Anyways, I guess I'll do the outro now. This week's rating is, hey, you know what? It's the start of the 70th set, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. This week was a 7 out of 10. Word count is 112,286 words journaled. And then I think now I get to end it. So yeah, am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off?